don't know what that man does behind closed doors with his woman. He very well may be holding her accountable, but he doesn't have to display that to the world because that's his love. But with a pygmy, I think they have a little less respect because they're looking
Well,
for
I'd have to
validation.
say the opposite, right? So I'd say you have this reverse. So I think that when women are referencing a pick me, it's not that it's a woman who is seeking validation from men, but rather a woman who gets validation from men, whether she's seeking it or not. And this in turn makes women extremely upset because they don't generally get validation from men.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is that a lot of these women that use the term pick me like to be a part of this like girl boss army, you know, where they're like, we all have to, unite against the fucking patriarchy and all the other bullshit, whatever their talking points are. And so if there's a woman that agrees with a man, it's a pick me. It's like, no, it's just that, objective reality actually can be picked up by different sexes. And I don't know why that's such a fucking, like, you had to invent a word. You had to invent a fucking term and a word to basically chastise women for agreeing with men. That is fucking weird. That is cult behavior, actually, in my opinion.
Well, the term "pick me" itself is like "pick me," so
Yeah, I know. And then
it
they
is
get, but what
clearly
makes the other
seeking
women mad is
validation.
that they get picked. That's what makes them mad,
Yep.
right?
But
That's the
that doesn't
point.
make
Well,
them
pick
pick
me is a
me.
shaming term. It's like
Ooh,
it's
that's
a
good
shame.
shit.
So,
It
Andrew,
doesn't
I
make
have
them
a
a pick me though
question.
because they have.
No, it's the same exact energy. What happens is like, let's just say, actually, there's a movie called Chasing Amy. This is a good explanation of that. So, in this movie Chasing Amy, there's like a group of lesbians, right? And they're totally like, they're like a little fucking army. They're all hanging out together, a little clique, whatever. And one of the girls, who happens to be like basically the main character, she um, starts to have a love interest in a male. So that would obviously mean that she's either going the straight route or the bisexual route. And when they find out, and the thing is, she had to mask her rhetoric with the whole. We didn't even say rhetoric. She had to mask the way she referred to this person. When they're like, "Oh, you have a new love interest," and she kept saying they, to not imply whether male or female. She just kept saying they, and then it basically they got to the business of it being a male, and you could see the disappointment in their eyes. You could see the disappointment in their eyes. It was just like, oh wow, I've angered the cult. This is the same kind of fucking energy.
The validation.
Because I do know that women get triggered by pick-me's. So, does a simp make you mad? Like, what do you think about simps?
Well, I don't understand what you mean by mad. Like, if you point to any societal ill, does that mean you're mad? Or is it just something you like to say so you
No,
can
I
be
was
like, "Are
just
you mad,
referring
bro?"
to
Like,
That's
what is?
no,
good
I
point.
was just referring to like men because they like typically call out other men and say that they're simps and stuff, and
Yeah.
I think it's
So here,
different.
I'll tell you the difference. When a man's calling another man a simp, he's saying that this woman is not deserving of validation, and you're giving it to her.
Yeah.
When women are calling another woman a pick me, they're saying this woman is getting validation which she deserves from men, and it makes me mad. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
But who are you to say if
Well, the thing is, those women want to stay the girl boss. I don't need no man, but they also want a traditional man at the same time, and so they're having trouble trying to unravel how their worldview is actually going to function when it comes to their overall goals. It's like you can't want this and act like this. You know what I'm saying? If the whole notion of having your cake and eating it too, no, we're not standing for it. We're just not.
anyone needs
Well, who
validation?
are you to say anything? I mean, who are any of us to say anything? We're both giving opinions and our assessments on the situation. Neither of us are mind readers, but we can definitely assess what we see, right?
Right, but I just assessed what you said, and you said that
No,
a
no, you're not
woman
assessing what
is
I
getting
said. I'm
validation
saying
from a
what
man.
hang on. That makes no
No,
sense.
I'm telling you, you
Hang on.
said
This makes no sense though.
no.
If
You're not making sense
us
right now based
saying
on
I'm
what
trying
you
to assess
said.
what you
Because
say, then
if a
steel man
man
my
is giving
position.
validation to a woman, she does not deserve that validation. So my
Yeah,
question is to you:
that's why other
who
women
are
call
you
her a
to
pick me.
say? does not deserve validation.
Yeah, but see what you're doing. Yeah, but see what you're doing is a bait and switch. You're like, who are you to say that? Well, who are you to say it? We're both giving. Yeah. We're both. Hang on. We're both giving a speculative opinion on a thing. Like, who are you to say anything about anything? It's just your.
Who are you to say the color purple is good? Yeah, it's fucking brain dead.
Opinion on it based on what you observe, right? Or do you have like a magic book where you can read people's hearts and know what they mean by things?
Okay, so let's assess the word "pick me" then. Can someone
by whose definition?
Right here. It's right on my screen.
By whose definition, though? Do I get to pick a definition too?
For AI.
Google? Well, Google's not defining things. Google's pulling definitions.
Yeah. It'll run through fucking Reddit and Twitter and all these other websites and all this other shit, and it'll come to a general median or mean, a consensus, however the fuck you want to word it, and then it'll kind of like give you a rough overview of what that actually is. But there's not going to be a definition for essentially a new term that's nuanced in 42 different flavors. Like it's going to give you an overview. There's no like hardcore ironclad definition.
Okay, so this says that a pick-me woman is a woman who actively seeks validation from men, often by presenting herself as not like other girls and downplaying typically feminine traits.
Oh, that's funny. And that's actually a fucked up statistic when you really think about it. So not seeking validation. This is really kind of a stupid thing, honestly. No. This is fucking annoying, dude. It's fucking... Not like other girls, right? Not like other girls. Okay, so, okay, cool. So, the fact that a fuck ton of women are saying pick me whilst, in regards to women that are not like other girls would only imply that we have a fucking overabundance of OnlyFans whores that want traditional men. Like, that's actually what the picture is being painted to me, and that's actually fucking disgusting, because you're not getting it. You are not, with that kind of profession, with that kind of attitude, with that kind of fucking behavior, going to the club every night and dressing like a fucking hoe. Yet, like, look, men like beautiful women, right? But they don't want to have to fight for any sort of validation with that. Like, if you're out there, showing your ass at a fucking club, like, you can go find somebody else to come home to. Like, yeah. And a lot of people be like, well, it's insecure. I'm like, not really. I don't really find that insecure. I'm not worried that some, I guess you could say, better looking dude is going to see or whatever. That's not the fucking issue. I'm not, insecurity, that definition doesn't check out for me, but whatever.
Essentially trying to be the woman that men would pick over others, usually at the expense of other women.
Yeah, do you understand what...
That's not right.
First of all, do you understand what a proprietary definition is? So, the thing is like, I disagree with this definition. I'm giving you a proprietary definition. I'm telling you that my observation is that perhaps that is what the word means definitionally from what your perspective is or whatever authority you're appealing to. What I'm saying is my observation is that when this word is used by women, it's being used by women in order to say there's validation which you've earned coming from men, and it makes me mad.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a shaming tactic. It's to make women feel bad.
Yep.
Oh, it's not to make women feel bad,
But what the fuck is it supposed to do? I mean, because you use it in a very malicious way. A woman agrees with a man, basically, and then, oh, you're just a pick me. I'm like, how the fuck is that not a shaming tactic? You're trying to tear someone down for not being a part of your fucking cult. You fucking lost that immediately.
You seek validation. Whether you have it or not, if she has that validation, good for her.
I know it's to... You guys are saying it's to make women...
Y'all got way too many panelists. Like, that's just a fucking shit show.
Feel bad, but how do you feel when the man says that you're a simp? So is that not the same?
No, it's not the same. Would you like me to explain it? I'll explain it again so that you understand. There's a distinction here. When a man is calling another man a simp, he's saying, This woman has not earned anything for which to validate her, and you're doing it anyway, generally because you just want to have sex with her. Like that's generally what's going on.
Well, another way to look at it too is just like, oh, this woman treats you fucking terrible, and you pay for all of her shit, but yeah, I mean, you do it and you don't need to. It's like you're staying with her because she's pretty, and you'll never find somebody better or some shit, and so you'll just put up with the most nefarious trash on the fucking planet. That is another element of simpery. There's a lot of different ways you can paint simps. It's not just like, oh, this woman doesn't deserve validation because of X reasons. Like there's a lot of different flavors to it. Kind of just like the pick me thing. But, I don't know, whatever.
When women are doing this, they're not saying this to other women because they think women want to have sex with that man. They're saying it because she's getting male validation, and it upsets
Okay,
them that
please
they're not
say
getting male
sex.
validation. Oh, sorry.
But
Okay.
there are women who get male validation who aren't seeking it, and those aren't pick-me's. The
And
ones who
so
are
you're
pick-me's,
making
the ones who seek validation.
you would be either way. You'd be making my point. So
How
because
so?
the woman's perspective here is this is unearned validation, it makes them upset, and so then they call this woman a pick me. That just because they think she doesn't deserve the attention, then they say she's seeking the attention. Like, let me give you some key examples of this. Let's say a woman puts out an article that is pro male. Okay, this doesn't happen very often, but occasionally there are academic women who do. She'll often get called a pick me,
Yep.
even though all she's doing is getting validation from men who think it's earned because they agree with what she's saying, not because she's seeking specifically the validation of men. Do you see?
Well, if a woman writes an article like supporting men, I I see what they're saying. Oh, it's a pick me, but it's like it's not really though, because it's like men vouch for men all the time, right? And yeah, other men listen, right? But I think it's important for a woman to be pushing that energy out into the woman sphere or whatever, so that way they can see like, oh shit, this is not just men, all cheersing with each other like, hey, we're right, blah 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 blah. Like, no, there's actually another perspective, and it can be had by the other sex. By the way, other people are noticing. It's kind of like that. Other people are noticing. It's not just men all fucking, cheersing. I don't. Why the fuck do people always have this fucking bad faith take on what a person's doing based on their fucking sex? That's crazy. That's honestly what I see the pick me thing is. It's just a bad faith analysis because you're a bitter bitch.
See the distinction?
Yeah, I see the distinction, but there's also a difference between a woman who's seeking it and a woman who's not. We're typically not calling women who are pick-me's the ones that are not seeking the validation of men. Women who could care less about what a man thinks but still get that
How do you
validation.
determine that? Like, how do you know if they're actively seeking it or not? Like,
Yeah, if I saw women, like, I would agree with your
A
point
real
if I
woman doesn't have to
saw
seek
if
validation
if,
from a man.
if I saw women who were like half clothed all over X, getting called pick me's by other women, then I would agree with you. But that's not ever what I see. Instead,
say half
hang on.
all over X.
Hang on. Instead, what I see is you go, girl. You're a girl boss. Live your best life, girl. Blah 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 blah.
Yep.
When I see a woman instead give like an academic assertion or a dissertation or an opinion that is pro man in any way, shape, or form, that's when they seem to call her a pick me. Not when she takes off half of her clothes and says, look over here, look at me, look at me. Then they go, you live your best life. So it doesn't seem to add up that your definition of pick me actually applies in reality.
So also another thing that he just I don't even know if he meant to make this point, but he meant, or it kind of seems like he was pointing out the fact that anyone saying pick me is actually projecting that they want to be picked. That's kind of what it seems like to me. And then that's, mad at another woman for being more pickable is actually them basically saying they want to be picked. And then they call somebody a pick me because of it. It's just full on projecting. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so a pick-me, again, is someone who is seeking the validation. So, again, if that woman is on X or wherever she's on versus a woman who is fully clothed, either way it goes, neither one of those women care about that man's opinion. And earlier, when it was stated that a woman who not humiliates other women, but puts other women down for the validation of that man, that is considered a pick me. I applaud any woman who is doing what's best for her. But if you're putting women down in the process of it, then yes, that makes you a pick me.
Yeah, but do you understand application?
What?
Like application. So let's say we had a grouping of definitions, but then when we applied them in the real world, that's not what we saw. That's what's happening here. Hang on, hang on, hang on. I just let you finish. I didn't interrupt you once. When this happens, here's what I see happening. I see when women go online and go, here, look at my busty bra and me pushing my boobies up and everything else. There's tons of women underneath their account saying, you're a queen, you go girl,
Yep.
you rock, you're epic, etc., etc. The only time I see them get called, even though clearly that's male seeking, they're seeking male validation, clearly. The only time I see them attack and call them a pick me is when they receive male validation because it's earned through like academia or something like this, and they're actually saying things people agree with. Then it seems like women actually attack them as pick me.
Well, the validation is earned by at least a higher value male by not dressing like a hoe. You know what I mean? Academic prowess is, yes, that obviously is one element of things, but yeah, I mean, look, I have a fiance, right? She has a degree in criminal justice, right? I didn't fucking know that until we had already gotten together and, whatever. That's really cool that she has that, but that's not a selling point for me. She's a good person, and she's not a hoe. That's important to me.
So women who are doing X or whatever they're doing, I do not feel like they're seeking the validation of men. I feel like they're doing what's best for them.
Yeah, they're
because
wearing
they're profiting.
they're wearing almost no clothes to impress women, huh?
I
Okay.
mean, yeah, and it pays their bills.
Uh-huh.
So they're doing what's best
Because they want male validation. Who's paying their bills? Women or men? Men. They want male validation.
Right, they got the fucking Cash App logo in their fucking bio and all this other shit. It's like, yeah, dude, you obviously are here for something, and it's not a wholesome relationship. Let's be real.
But
Like, what are you talking about?
validation has nothing to do with your money, though. Like you
Let's-
can put
Yes,
money
it
in
does. What are you
It's not-
talking about? Yes, it does.
Let's work with
It does not. It does not.
So if all these men invalidated this woman, would they be sending her money? No, that makes no
I
sense.
mean, y'all don't validate her because she's not considered wife material. Is that correct?
That's not what we're.
That's
First of
correct.
all,
So,
validation.
That's not the
If
argument.
they're sending her
validating
money, they're validating her.
Right.
How like, there's no way around that.
Well, I
She
mean,
wouldn't get
you
it, bro.
cannot
She's just
consider
an
that
artist.
validation if she's profiting, though. So
She's profiting
literally
from men with
it's not,
wearing.
it's not their validation that pays her bills; it's their money. So
She's
if she's
true. And so,
All the
okay,
women
can
are
you explain?
validators.
Can you just help me with this? Explain to me how it would be that a man would send you money and that wouldn't be him validating you or in some way affirming what it is that you're trying to do. Can you even begin to explain that concept to me?
Come on.
yeah, because you all don't validate those type of women. You
That you're-
validate
that doesn't
who
give me a-
are clothed, who
What?
are not on X, who are not on OnlyFans. Y'all validate those type of women. Those are the women who y'all respect.
Okay,
Woman who
please
is on
say
X,
What?
OF.
who does
That makes
not-
okay.
What are you
Again,
talking about?
Does not need your
why would a
validation.
man send you money to invalidate you? That's the dumbest thing I've heard
Yeah.
all day.
The fuck?
That's not dumb, love. So you're looking at validation differently. Validation, we're picking.
What does validation mean? What do you think it means?
Mm-hmm.
Post,
Bro,
can you
she
pull
don't
up?
know.
Can you
She's
pull up the
not- she
definition of
doesn't understand.
validation
Oh,
so
no.
everyone can see?
Yeah, pull up validation so everyone can see.
That is so fucking stupid. They have 9 people right there, and not one of them could just simply stand on the fucking definition and already know it. They're gonna use it, but not know it. What the fuck is that? That's just like all these retards walking around with signs like "Trump to fascist." You don't even know what the fucking word means, dude. Shut up.
On the screen, I already knew this was going to be a part of the conversation.
Ilani, just back down, please.
The act of confirming
Okay,
something is acceptable,
so
true, or worthy.
Yep.
Accuracy.
The act. Listen, it's the
The
act
action
of confirming.
checking or proving the validity.
No,
of
that's
accuracy.
only first definition. There's multiple definitions.
Okay.
Validation is the
action of
act.
making or declaring
Yes.
something legally or officially acceptable.
No, or the act of confirming that something is acceptable, true, or worthy.
It's almost like that 9-person panel over there doesn't understand context. Weird. Not a surprise at all.
So how would I not be saying your behavior is acceptable if I'm sending you money for your behavior? That would make no sense. That would be a contradiction.
But they're still not the same women.
He's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
No, those are the same women by your metric.
Actually, I do have to take back one particular little thing. Okay, I noticed that there are 9 panelists over there, but there's one guy over there that's pretty fucking base. So we're gonna reduce that to a panel of 8 of retards. They have one voice of reason among a sea of retards. We'll go with that.
You're the same women.
That's
They're not the
validating
same
your
women,
behavior.
though. Y'all
It's gonna
don't
keep-
view them
if
the
she
same
wasn't
way. We're
paid,
talking
If
about how you
okay,
view
just help me out here. If I sent you money because I wanted you to take off your clothes, how would that not be an act of confirming that that was acceptable?
Yep.
How?
Come on.
You all are viewing these different women differently. So if you're viewing a woman on X who is doing what she does versus a woman who is more conservative, you know you're not going to view them the same.
Can you
way.
answer you're answering a
What I'm
question I didn't
saying is
ask?
even-
If a man sends a woman money to take off her clothes, how would he not be engaged in an act of confirming that that is acceptable? How?
What you're not understanding.
That man, to
my
answer the
point is that
question, lady,
girl,
stop evading and just
that-
answer.
She
Yeah.
doesn't
that
understand.
woman
bro.
is
She
not
doesn't
seeking your
understand.
validation. That woman on X is not seeking your validation.
I'm going to try this again.
So-
I'm going to try this again.
She don't
A
get it.
man
She'll never understand.
Pays a woman to take her clothes off. How is he not confirming that that's acceptable? How?
Okay, so you can say it's acceptable because you're
Okay,
paying her.
thank you.
Correct.
So that would be validation then.
Okay, so now that you've gotten the answer you wanted, we're going to go back to the pick me woman and the woman who's on X.
It's not the answer he wanted. It's the answer that is true. Like, I don't know why people fucking do that. It's so retarded. Like, question. Okay? Let's talk about the fucking birds and the bee. No. That's not the question. Why are you just talking about random shit at this point? Fucking shut up.
X fans who
Okay.
doesn't care about your opinion.
Okay.
So, if we're talking about these two women, a pick me is someone who needs that validation from men, that acceptance from men. You won't accept that woman who's on X or OnlyFans. You'll
Yeah, except that they do if they're sending them money by your own metric.
And she is more conservative.
Yes.
So
So
we're
some
talking about
some
the
men will validate
It's
women.
actually
Some
not having to do with you all. It's having to do with that woman.
that's insane.
How
Okay,
she
this is crazy. Listen.
You know,
Even if it were the case that there's some women who receive validation from men because they keep their clothes on, it's insane to say that women aren't receiving tons and tons of validation from men for taking their clothes off. You saying that some men have a preference for this behavior over the preference for this behavior has no merit for why it is that we see women mostly attacking other women who are telling women to keep their clothes on as pick-me's, because that's what's actually happening. And that's not for male validation. That could be for all sorts of other reasons, including the society that they live in. So I don't even understand the
A
argument.
pick me cares about what a man thinks about her. A woman on X does not. That's the point I'm trying to
So
make.
does any woman who cares what men think a pick-me?
Did she basically just try to say a fucking pick-me is definitionally a different person if they're on X versus being somewhere else? What the fuck? Honestly, I hope you don't let her fucking ride with that. Like, that right there was a hella dumbass point for her to fucking make.
Absolutely.
So if
if you
So
care
any
about
woman
what
who
a
cares,
woman
so if you
thinks
care
about
what
you
your father
and-
thinks,
and
you're a
That was
pick-me.
willing to put another woman down.
That's
because
not what you
want
did.
to
That's
be
not what my
exposed.
question was. My question was,
No, and I'm elaborating on my answer. So any woman that seeks validation or acceptance from a man and in the process puts down the next woman.
that's a
then she
qualifier.
is
I
in
didn't.
fact-
It's still fucking stupid though. You're seeking acceptance from a man. You call them a pick-me. The problem is that if the woman agrees with a man, you call them pick-me's. You say the word has this definition, but you use it over here in the wrong fucking way. It's like the term hasn't even been put into a fucking dictionary, and you've already bastardized it to the point where it makes no fucking sense. It's just, this woman isn't a part of your cult. You call her a pick-me. That's literally, I'm standing on that. That you guys are a fucking Pickme Cult. Except for you guys are the ones who want to be picked. You call the one that's most likely to be picked the Pickme. Because you're projecting your shit onto them. That is so fucking stupid, but that's actually what it is.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you if any woman wants validation from a man, does that make her a pick-me? I'm not asking for qualifiers. Answer that question.
They're just projecting, dude.
So any woman that
Wants validation from a man, does that make her a pick-me?
Yes.
Well, then
no
if
person
that's the
wants
case,
validation.
then every girl who wants validation from her father is a pick-me.
Damn, good point. That's
An
wild.
average man, love, your father's totally different.
Oh, now,
If you're
wait, I thought you just
seeking
said that any woman who wants any validation from any
First
man's
of
a
all,
pick-me.
a woman's father never needs his validation. She had that from day one. The average woman, I would hope. I'm speaking about the general man and the general
Almost
woman.
every
You're looking at a
human
woman.
being on
If you're
planet
looking
Earth
at
wants
a
their parents to
man,
be proud of
you're a
them. What are you
woman and you're
talking
looking
about?
at a man,
I think
you
so.
need that acceptance and you need that validation from him, and you're willing to put other women down to get that validation from that man. Then yes, that makes her a pick me.
Yeah, all you're
And if
doing
you wanna
is
refer
adding
back to her
additional
father,
qualifiers to
look,
the
if you want
insanity.
to refer back to her
Yep.
father, if you're having to step on your mother's toes and downplay your mother and getting your mother's way of your father because you want his validation so bad, then damn right, it makes you a pick me.
I see. So if a woman wants flowers from her man, and that makes her feel really good, right? Meaning he's engaged in the act of confirming something is acceptable. In this case, bringing her flowers. She's a pick-me by this definition. You
You
understand
want
that,
your man
right?
to do nice things for you. You don't need his
Yeah, because you're a
validation.
pick-me by your definition. Because you want
You
validation.
want your man
Yes,
to do
yes,
nice things
thank
for
you.
You're a man now. We're not talking about just an average
No,
man
just a guy
walking
you're
the street.
dating.
We're
Just a guy
talking
you're
about
dating.
you're a man.
Just a guy you're dating.
Oh, you want him to do nice things for you, but that's not validation.
Well, okay, validation. The act. Validation. The act of
you are
confirming
with a
something
man,
is acceptable.
If you're
That's
with a
it.
man that can't do something that's give you flowers, then why are you with him? Like that's simple.
okay.
Is that not validation?
Yeah, that's validation. That's all validation. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
The
It's
act
not
of
validation.
confirming something is acceptable, true, or worthy. So if it is the case that the act of confirming something is acceptable, it is acceptable to give a woman flowers. Therefore, if you give a woman flowers, you are acceptable. That's acceptable. So if that's the case, it's validation. Yeah?
I don't think she knows what validation.
No, she
It still
doesn't.
isn't. Still isn't validation.
She needed Google to tell her that. She does not know.
I see. You're so highly educated that a second ago you said any man who at any time you get validation from, you're a pick-me.
And I
Including your father, that would be any man.
If you are stepping on another woman's toes
Mhm.
to get that validation from a man, then
Mhm.
yes, that makes you a pick me.
That makes you a pick-me. So now the qualifier is if you're stepping on any other woman's toes.
Yes, because pick-me's are often classified as women who put other women down.
So if a woman wants to
if
a woman wants to sleep with your man, and you step in and stop that, you by this definition would now be a pick-me.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're stepping on her toes to get validation from your man.
I would sure not be a pick-me because she can have them. But
So by your definition, if a woman wanted to sleep with your man, you wouldn't do anything to deter that because that would make you a pick-me. Are you fucking serious?
Are you asking if I would stop a woman to sleep with my man? That was asking.
Yeah.
With my man?
Yeah.
Ma'am, he's testing your logic and you're failing epically.
Badly.
No,
Badly.
No, I really.
So I have to I have to change the numbers again. So it used to be originally be 9 retards in a panel. It went to 8 retards in a panel. Now it's 7 retards in a panel. 2 based individuals sitting in a sea of retards. 7 to be specific. I wonder if the number will change further as we go along down the line.
Really want to understand this question. You're asking me if I would stop a woman from sleeping with my man.
No, if you had a woman who you knew wanted to sleep with your man,
Nisha,
would you encourage or discourage
I
it?
have a legit question because I just realized what Pick Me was today. So because I seek a male's approval for whatever it is under the sun, I'm a Pick Me.
And put down other women in the process.
No,
yes, you are.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, but she keeps on adding that qualifier.
Oh, fuck.
Just
Does it qualify?
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. But I'm testing the qualifiers, what I'm doing. What I'm saying to you is that the qualifier here makes no sense. I'll show you.
You guys are debating on the whole the whole word on what she's throwing
Thank you.
in.
How completely useful for you to give us a recap of the debate we're currently in. So
Okay.
anyway, real quick, what we were doing. Hang on. You don't need clarity. Just listen for a second. We're almost done. We're literally
All right,
almost
go
done.
ahead.
We're
Go
almost
ahead,
done.
rock out.
All right.
Go
So here's the thing. I just want to make sure that I got this correct. If a woman, you knew a woman wanted to sleep with your man, not asking you whether you would let it happen or not, you just knew that she wanted to, okay? This is now a fulfillment of her desire to do so. You barring that in any way, shape, or form, or trying to prevent her from going around your man, anything like this, that would, in fact, make her a pick-me by this logic, correct?
No, because my man already picked me. We're talking about general men.
Okay,
You
so
what?
you have a man?
What? So wait, what? So wait a second. So
are you in a
what I was
relationship?
so you
where
can hang on.
general
Hang on, just real quick. I'll tie it up with this. I'll tie it up.
In a relationship with,
Just-
who you are
yeah.
not with.
Yeah.
If you are trying to get their validation and
Yeah.
they don't owe you anything, and
Yeah.
you are putting down another
This
woman
is so
to
fucking
seek the
stupid.
validation from them, then yes, that is a pick me.
So let me get this right then. So you can step on the toes of another woman if it is the case that you were picked. Wouldn't that make all women pick-me's then?
No.
Well then, I don't understand why would it be okay to do as long as you were already picked,
You're
pick
not
me?
understanding the logic of a
I don't understand the logic. You're right about that.
I could never be a pick me when it comes to my man.
So when you first started dating your man, I don't know if you're married or not to him, so I'll just say your man. So you're telling me that when you first started dating him, you weren't dressing a certain way or looking a certain way when you were around him to seek his validation in order for him to become attracted to you or like you or pursue you further?
We now have 6 panelists that are retarded. Oh shit! Yeah, this is wild. Went from 9 to 8, 7. Yeah, now we have 6 panelists that are retards, and 3 based individuals. Let's see if the number changes further.
I never changed how I dressed to get that man.
Oh my
I
God.
dressed the
You
same way before I met him.
You just said he picked you. So in order for him to pick you,
No, they're arguing with each other.
It's cool. You're pick me by your own logic. I don't care.
I mean, I don't care what you think I am, love.
I mean, no, I'm just saying by your logic you are. I'm not calling you that. I'm just saying by your logic you would be that. If it is the case, here, I'm using your definition. Your definition is as follows.
No, you're not.
I'll give you the definition. Hang on. Let me say the definition. You can tell me yes or no.
Applied for general men, not
Okay, hang on.
yours.
Let me restate, just for clarity.
When it comes to him,
Calm down for 1 second.
I'm calm.
Let me state your definition. You can tell me if it's wrong or correct. Then we won't be speaking past each other. Your definition of a pick-me is a woman who wants a validation from a man, even if it's at the expense of a woman.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not wrong about your definition. Hang on, stop, real quick. We don't need 100,000 more words. I just want to get clarification.
You've given a million. You've given a million.
I just want clarification. Just want clarification.
You are a pick-me. That means you are seeking the validation
we know.
of general men, not your man.
I got it.
Why would you need to be a pick-me for your man?
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I understand. What I'm saying is that here's your logic then. I'm going to give you your logical entailment. If it is the case that you're a pick-me, if you're willing to step on the feet of a woman in order to get validation from a man, and then you say, but that's perfectly acceptable.
Amen, not yours.
Yeah, I understand. But if you say it's perfectly acceptable to do that when you have a man because you've already been picked, then stop, lady, stop. Just let me finish. Let him finish. I'm almost done. If it is the case then that it's perfectly acceptable for you to be a pick-me for your man, then all women are pick-me's by this definition. All of them would have to be.
Yep.
No, that's not the case.
It's not the case.
That man have already picked her to be his lady.
Yeah, because so she's a pick-me?
She's proving. Alright, based on her own definition, she is proving that it's projection. This is fucking diabolical. This is fucking hilarious.
you're in a relationship.
Yeah, so she's a
Can't
pick
get
me because she got
you're in a
picked?
relationship. Being a pick me means you're seeking the validation. I have everything I need from my man.
Yeah, I know,
So,
but you're still seeking
if you want
validation
another
from your
woman's
man. You just think
toes
that's fine.
to smash my man would not be pick me behavior because he's my man.
What would you
If
do
it was
before
a
he
random
was
man, if it was a man that was
This
not my man,
this is
and
so
I'm stepping on
stupid.
that woman's toes, then yes, that would
But
be
what
pick
would
me.
you do?
Like, look, if you're basically a female, right, and you're a men's rights activist, they will call you a pick me. They have so many, when I say they, I mean the 6 remaining retards, right? Yeah, they have many definitions. And they'll use one to fit whatever context they can because all they want to do is use that word in a nefarious way because they're projecting. I stand on that. I don't give a fuck.
What did you do prior to him being your man, or what did women do prior to their
Get
man being
validation from him.
He picked me. I didn't pick him. So
You still, bro.
You didn't want any
Let me
validation?
just say something. Wait. Let me just real quick, y'all.
But I wasn't seeking his
Wait.
validation.
Let the man
I
talk.
was not seeking his
Uh-huh.
validation.
Sure you weren't,
Other
yeah.
women
You wanted
Yo.
everybody to have validation from him but you. Okay.
Baby, I am the
She's
prize.
never gonna
So
stop.
I've never
She's
needed
never
to
gonna
change
stop.
anything I did.
Oh, no, she ain't gonna
to
stop.
get a man.
I want to say something. Let me say something.
You
real
guys,
quick.
I appreciate you letting me on the panel. You have a wonderful night.
Hold on.